Welcome back to another edition of Arizona Wildcats Insiders Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Hutchison. Arizona in the thick of college football season. Right now, the Wildcats are sitting at 5-3 with a home game against Kansas coming up as Arizona looks to get that elusive sixth win of the season. If they're able to do it against the Jayhawks during homecoming, that means the Wildcats will be going bowling. And that ends a one-year bowl drought. Mind you, they went in 23. 24, disappointing season going 4-8. Now in 25, Brett Brennan and his coaching staff has the team set up to go to a bowl game, get 6, 7, maybe 8 wins this season or more. If Arizona is able to get to 7-5, which I think they're going to be able to do, get to a bowl game, go to the LA Bowl, Vegas Bowl, Sun Bowl, something like that. What an accomplishment for this coaching staff. What a job well done. Very good turnaround, have a lot of young talent, some veteran talent too. Maybe should have been better. That game against BYU, Arizona's up by 10 in the fourth quarter, but saw the Cougars come roaring back. Maybe should have played a little bit better in the middle 8 against Houston. Those two games, maybe Arizona's looking at that 8, 9, 10 win mark. But still, what an accomplishment, because nobody had Arizona going to a bowl game. A lot of Arizona fans, thought this team wasn't going to be very good. This is a good football team, a solid football team that is progressing in the right direction. Brennan and his staff have them moving in the right direction. They're set up for a good season next year. And you do that, you build these recruiting classes, all of a sudden, maybe you're talking about a big year 3 years down the line. And I'm talking about a big year. But right now, the focus is on Kansas. Noah Fafita has got to be sharp for Arizona. The defense has got to contain Daniels, who's been one of the better running quarterbacks, not only in the Big 12, but in the country as well. So it's going to be a tall task, but I do like Arizona in the matchup. When you have a homecoming game, 1:30 kickoff time in Tucson, a lot could go right for the Wildcats. But before we go into full football coverage, Arizona basketball has started its season with an impressive 93-87 win over number 3 Florida as they knock off the Gators. Arizona sitting at 13. They're probably going to shoot up the college basketball rankings right now after this week. But before they do that, and in that game, Koa Pete, very impressive. One of the best freshman performances I've seen. You go 30 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists against the top 3 team in the country. Yeah, you're a real deal. For Arizona fans that were worried about Koa Pete, calm down. I think he's going to be just fine. He's probably going to be a top 5 pick. I mean, that's how good this guy is. Phenomenal player, phenomenal athlete. Then Jaden Bradley, not a lot of love coming into the season. No Bob Cousy Award watch list. Okay. No all conference nominations. Okay. And what does he do? 27 points on 9 of 14 shooting. It is one of Jaden Bradley's best games in his college career, if not the best game of his college basketball career. 5 assists along with going 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Down the stretch of the game, you look for guards, and especially point guards, to take over games, whether that be passing, setting guys up in the right situations, or just, hey, I'm going to go right at you. You look for veteran guards, and Arizona's got that in Jaden Bradley. Jaden Bradley is one of the best point guards in the country, probably a top 5 point guard in the country, one of the better point guards in the Big 12. Him and Uzain from Houston, probably the 2 best point guards in the conference. And even though there wasn't a lot of love for Jaden, look at where he's at now. Man, that looked like an NBA player to me. I don't know, guys. He attacked the rim. He was able to hit the mid-range game, hit a three-pointer that was called a 2, kind of foot on the line situation. He picked the spots. And you know what? Arizona's in a great situation. And although we saw Arizona had that monster win against the Florida Gators, ESPN's Jay Billis came out with his index, his college basketball index for this season. He's going to be releasing a power index consistently throughout the year, updating the field of 68, his field of 68, of who he thinks will be in the tournament and how those 68 teams stack up. And in the Big 12, he has 13 teams as of right now making the tournament. 13 teams in the field of 68 index. ASU is one of them. I don't see that. I think ASU is going to be the worst, if not second to worst team in the Big 12, but he has them making it. West Virginia and ASU's at 66. West Virginia at 59. Maybe I could see that. TCU at 58. Don't ask New Orleans. TCU just got destroyed by New Orleans. Central Florida at 56. I think Central Florida with Johnny Dawkins is going to have an improved year. And then Kansas State at 54. They have a solid coach, solid program. They'll probably make the tournament. Then here's where it jumps up. Cincinnati at 39. I think Cincinnati with Wes Miller, they're going to be a very good program this year. Kirk Kriisa coming back to Tucson is going to be a matchup to watch, an exciting one too. Seeing him back in McHale Center. Baylor at 22. Baylor has one of the best coaches in college basketball, and Coach Drew, solid team. They have a very talented freshman that Arizona was going after. Everybody thought he was going to Arizona. I thought he was going to Arizona. One of the best freshmen in the country. He'll be a top 10 pick. Baylor's going to be a very dangerous basketball team this season. Kansas at 18. Kansas has one of the better freshmen as well in Peterson. But I'm not big on the Jayhawks this season. I do think they're going to finish in the top 5 of the Big 12, probably top 6. But Jayhawks have a lot of holes on the roster. Arizona at 17. I think that's criminal. That's criminal. Having Arizona at 17 after a win in Florida, you counted the win against the Gators, and seeing what they did, Koa Pete, and everything that they have on their roster, I think that's absolutely criminal. I think Arizona is clearly a top 10 team this season. I would put them at number 9 or 8. I think they're going to be a 2 or 3 seed in the NCAA tournament. Again, you never know how things stack up, and the Big 12 is going to be loaded. So they're going to take their lumps along the way, for sure. But so is Texas Tech. So is Iowa State. So is Kansas. So is BYU. Everybody's going to take lumps in this conference. That's how it works. So to have Arizona at 17 is absolutely criminal. BYU at 16, I think that's criminal as well. Again, Cole Pete's phenomenal and one of the best freshmen in the country. I think a top 5 freshman in the country, maybe top 3. BYU of AJ, that dude is going to be the number 1 pick. In my opinion, he's the second best freshman behind Cameron Boozer. I love Cameron Boozer at Duke. But AJ's, damn. Maybe one of the most offensively complete players in college basketball. I think his defense is half-assed at times, but he is going to be a top 5 pick too. So I think that is criminal as well. Iowa State at 15. I don't see how you could put Iowa State ahead of Arizona and BYU. To me, that makes no sense. I know they have Lindsey coming back. They have a very good program. They're going to be solid. They're going to be in there. They're going to be a 3 or 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. But I think BYU and Arizona are clearly better than them as of right now. Texas Tech at 11. Come on. Texas Tech has one of the better players in the country, JP Toppin, coming back. I know they lost Williams to North Carolina State, but it's a great roster, great coach, great crowd. I think Texas Tech is going to be one of the better teams in the country and probably be a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. I have them finishing 2nd in the Big 12 in my media poll. I have Arizona finishing 3rd, right behind Texas Tech. And number 1, and sitting at number 2, rightfully so. And in my opinion, they're number 1. I don't get how Purdue is number 1 in the country. I'm sorry. I am not buying the Purdue love. But number 2 in Jay Billis's index and number 1 in the Big 12, the Houston Cougars. I think they're the most complete team in college basketball. I look for them to go back to a national championship game, probably win a national championship this year. Calvin Sampson, one of the best coaches in college basketball, one of the more underrated coaches in the country. But you look at this top to bottom, the Big 12, 13 teams. I don't think they're going to get 13. I don't think the Big 12 is going to get 13. I think they'll probably get about 10. But, man, what a conference. What a phenomenal conference. And I think Houston, Texas Tech, BYU, and Arizona are above the rest. Again, I have Houston number 1, Texas Tech number 2, Arizona number 3, and BYU number 4. And then I think it drops off a little bit to Iowa State and Kansas. But I think those 4 teams all have the talent, the coaching, and the potential to get to a Final Four this season. But we will keep you updated on the Jay Billis College Basketball Index because it's something interesting to look at. I know they do a near mid-season. Hey, this is how the 1 through 4 seeds look as of right now, but they don't really update it that much. And I think this is a good way to update it, kind of like the college football rankings. So we'll keep you updated on the Jay Billis Power Index and give you our thoughts as well. So be sure to check out Arizona Wildcats on SI. Check out our Twitter account at Arizona Wildcats on SI, or follow me, Troy Hutchison at THutch1995, and we'll see you next time.